And welcome to One Stop Co-op. This is Steve, and I'm here on my own today. This Kim is traveling, so we'll get through some fun games this week, though. See a lot of people here. Hey, Matthew, and yes, you were here before me. Oh, we'll get there. It's been one of those days, I tell you. So let's turn it off. There we go. Hey, Phantom Epoch, happy to see you here. Hey, Ryan, welcome. Okay, what are we doing here? We're playing Phantom Epoch. So this is a game that formerly was on Kickstarter. It was taken down and is planned to come back to Kickstarter after some more coverage, some slight tweaks and stuff like that. So thanks, Matthew. Thank you. So this is coming up, and Derek and I have already streamed this over on his channel, but without doing even more plays with this game here. So the plan is I'll do a solo play tonight, and with one of the missions, and then excuse me, next week when Kim is back, we'll do another co-op play. So you see the two of us. Excuse me. But this will be a teach as we go through it. It's a very cool cooperative sci-fi campaign game with legacy elements in it. But yeah, it reminds me of a lot of different games. But let's go ahead and jump down to the table, see what's about. Oh, excuse me, man. Starting off strong with something in my mouth. Ugh. Okay, here we go. So one thing you probably already immediately noticed here is the board. The board is actually two separate books. You can see they're separated here. And the top half will have, hey, thank you, Tom, for the subscription. The top one will have the instructions for the mission, and the bottom half will have the actual map you play. So the nice thing is you don't have to grab any tiles, just flip to the page of the book. Really awesome. Love it when I see that in games. And then we're going to be playing with two characters. We'll be playing with a stealth ninja character, which is the one I like running. And then a medic, which is the one that Derek ran on Canje Studios. So we're playing with those two. And each mission has its own objectives, and so we'll be reading part of this, stopping when I get to these yellow markers. I'll zoom in here in a little bit, and it tells us what we need to do to keep progressing. It's pretty straightforward, honestly. The game is primarily played with decks of cards. So, hey, Matthew, thank you for the super chat. You are awesome for being here. Really appreciate it. And yes, right, cool book, so much better than Gobs of Tiles. Totally agree with you. But this game is played with a deck of cards, and so basically you'll be playing with, it's got a little bit of deck construction, I would say, just a tiny bit, where you start with 10 cards and you can upgrade and swap them out as you go through. So I actually have one upgrade card in the stealth deck, I guess we call I keep calling it the stealth deck. It's like the rogue deck, and one upgrade card in the support or medic deck as well. But basically, you'll be playing these cards. The cards can be used as movement or attacks. Basically, you kind of do what's on the cards, and then at the end, you'll be discarding them. And at some point, you have to do a rest action, which basically skips your turn, but you'll get all the cards in your discard pile back to your hand. This might sound a little bit like some other games out there, like maybe Gloomhaven-ish. So it kind of feels a little bit that way, but the big difference here is you do not lose cards. Cards never go away. So just get discarded temporarily. Also, some of the cards might have temporary effects or permanent effects that go into play. So we'll see how that works as we get through it. Okay. The other cool thing about this game is there are these, let me zoom in down here. There are the miniatures themselves, and so they actually have these bases on them. These bases are, let me try to show you the other one. The other one might not see through as much on the green screen. They actually have an arrow, and you can see there on there, the little arrow pointing to how much health they have, and that just clicks around. And it has little slots on it. So you see it has a slot for the standee, but also a slot before and behind it for conditions. So the nice thing about this game is everything you need to know fits on this one piece. You don't have to push little things around or anything. I am going to turn off some of these. Of course I compare to Gloomhaven. Every game has to be compared to Gloomhaven, right? That's how this works. So actually, I should probably compare it to Brass Birmingham, because that's the new #1. That's how that works. So, but the bases are really cool, really functional. I like how that works. Very, very, very neat. So I'm going to lay these down on the board just so you guys can see what's going on. It'll help them visual, because honestly, with standees, that makes it really hard to tell what's happening. So I'll be playing with them laid down. There are also different color bases. The color bases are going to communicate what the enemies do, because there's different types. We'll get through that with the enemy AI cards. But the important thing is, there are going to be enemy AI cards for the type of enemy they are. So, for example, these are sentries, so we'll use a sentry deck for that. But because these are human sentries, we'll have also human cards for them, for their species. So the combination of these two cards will determine what they do, which is really cool. So you have a lot of like modularity and variety in how the enemies will function and act based upon that. Okay. Let's finish setting up. I only have a little bit of stuff to do, and we'll start playing. I'll teach more as we play. That's probably enough explanation. Okay, so introduction. Gosh, I'm not sure I can read this. Okay. You awake from a night's rest aboard the Phantom Epoch, so that's the ship you're on, to the sight of a beautiful blue and green planet of grasslands and vast oceans filling the viewport. One thing I'll mention that this is Oros. This is the first mission there. So Oros is one of the 3 planets. It's basically 3 different planets you can visit. And you actually have a lot of flexibility on, you can choose where you want to go. And my head is not on screen. There we go. Okay. Oros, ancestral home of the humans, the voice says, is the most hospitable of the galaxy's inhabited planets, where the masters were still here to provide travel between worlds. Both humans and others who came to call Oros home claimed it was also the most civilized. It continues, most of the planet is ruled by one known by his people as Divine Emperor. He has ruled for hundreds of years or more, longer than any of the subjects have been alive. It is just one man, or a succession. Does he know what happened to the masters? You must seek an audience with him. This, you note, is the first time the voice has indicated that it doesn't know what happened to its masters. I'm your high school teacher? I don't know what that means. Objective, meet with the Divine Emperor. So that's what we need to do here. You seek an audience with the Divine Emperor of Oros. The man has supposedly ruled for centuries. He may have information about what happened to the Vanish and how to defend against whatever threat's coming. So we're actually a little bit ahead of the campaign. It won't matter a whole lot because you can come back and replay these, and there's not really any... Well, maybe a few story spoilers, but not a whole lot going on here. Okay, mission start. You are transported to the surface of Oros, where you approach a daunting castle in the middle of the largest city on the planet. Viantamora? Not really believing it will work, you ask for an audience with the Emperor and are surprised when you are ushered in rather than turned away. You are taken to a room in the rear of the castle and told to wait. There, you are left standing uncomfortably under the watchful eyes of the Emperor's guard. Doubts fill your mind. It was too easy to get in, and the austere room does not look like a waiting room for guests. The guards begin to fidget nervously, and tension fills the room. So, special rules. The human sentries do not perform any actions during round 1, but they may be attacked. Do not draw any action cards for them at the start of the round. The door is locked. Presumably, one of the sentries holds the key. So, mission event, event adversary, there's nothing going on here, basically. So, the first round, don't have to worry about it. The sentries aren't doing anything. And then we need to stop reading until round 1 is completed. So, this is important. We don't need to read anything else here. Okay. Now, important thing here is to finish setup, we need to put our miniatures on the board. So, these spots here are the teleportation sites. So we'll put our human rogue here, and you can tell here, this is the slink. This is one of the aliens. The medic right here. So those teleport to those 2 spots. And then these spots are popular because this is a 2 to 4 player game. So 2 to 4 go here. 2 to 4 go there, and then the 4 stays there. But these guys are just going to wait here. There's the door right there. The door is locked. We cannot go through that door. Let's talk about how the actual game's played. So, we have these nifty round marker here. Rounds. So, first thing we need to do is roll a decision die. So, that is this black dice right here. This dice will have various directions and colors on it. You roll this dice so that later on when you're playing, it might say, hey, by the way, there's a tiebreaker. What do I need to pick? Well, in this case, if I happen to roll the east, it would say, hey, target the red enemy first, target the eastmost one, or if it's a tide still, go east and then north. So that's how that works. Hey, Greg, welcome. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll this die right over here. And we rolled, looks like we got the east-north. Okay, so that's the decision die. So that's the first step. Draw and perform an event card. So the event card is, there's a deck right here, and how it works is the top of the deck we have some 1 through 5 events, and then we have the 6+ events. And how we lose the game is somewhere in the 6+ events there is an ability that's going to have us kind of run out the clock. It'll make sense when we get to it. But first thing we need to do is draw this card and see what it is. So we have quiet. Nothing happens. So that is convenient. So discard that from play here. Okay. And then we need to rest or select character action cards. So that now this is the meat of the game. So we have our 10 cards we can pick from for each of our characters. So we have, and I'll put this on the screen here. Actually, let's talk about this. We do have the human rogue. So the human has 15 health. So what I'll do to help you guys out is I will put the health of the rogue on the left side there for us. So we'll put that up to 15. And then the slink is the other character we have, the alien, and they have 13 health. Oops, 13 health. Okay, so you guys can follow along there. Now, the important thing about this is the species you pick will give you some bonuses. So, unfortunately, my green screens might make this look funky, but it's 15 health and then 10 AP. AP's action points. That's very important for this phase we're going to do right now, which is choosing our cards. There's also a special ability, and I'll explain that in a little bit here. But if you look at a given card, let's look at this one. This is a simple one. Sprint. So if you notice up here, this here is the cost of the card. So I can play as many cards as I want up until the total cost of all these cards equals my AP limit. So for example, as the human, I can play cards totaling up to 10 up here. So for example, I can play 2 there, 3 there, 5, and another 5, right? That would be all the cards I could play for a round. I can choose to play less than that, but I can't play more. Hey, Derek, welcome. Streaming green screens are not taken into consideration making those cards. I know. Don't worry. It's something that we always, I swear, Derek and I always like, oh, another green card, another green card. It's fine. It's always that way. So, okay. So that's how that works. And the reason why you might want to play less cards is that value determines your initiative. So the lower value I play, the earlier I'll go in the turn. And so this is kind of like when you're playing with other people, I might say, you know what, I'm going to go pretty early. Or I'm going to go later than I normally can. And so you might be able to kind of convey to other people at the table, try and plan who wants to go first, who wants to go second, without actually saying, I'm going 8, for example. You can't say actual numbers. So, no, you're good, Matthew. You're good. I love having you here. Okay. So, we can now pick 10 action points worth of cards to go here. Now, here's a question for everyone watching. The guards won't do anything. However, we can still attack them. Do we attack the guards? I'll wait for some comments to flood in here if you guys want to see the guards being attacked right away, or just do some preparation and move around a bit. So let me know what you guys want to do there. Okay. Similarly, let's look at Slink real quick while you guys think about that. Slink has 13 health and 11 action points. They do vary a little bit. The actions can also be used as movement too in your hand. So, for example, if I would have played this card and I chose not to use the ability down here, I can always use this as movement points. Hence why the movement single symbol's next to it. So pretty nice. So you have a lot of flexibility. Okay, so I haven't seen any suggestions if I should not attack the guards. So maybe I'll be nice for a little bit here. Ooh, I like this one. We'll do this one to start. Okay. I'm going to choose a card for our medic here. I'll put it right here. And I'm going to play one card because I kind of want to save the cards for later. Because I don't know what's coming. I've not played this mission before, so this will be new for me, as it is for you. Okay, so I'm doing a preparation card there, and let's go ahead and let's get some fun stuff going on here. Ooh, yeah, we'll do this card. We're doing this card. Okay. I'm going to play those two. Okay, so now what we do is we would, since we played our cards, so we would reveal our selected action cards. So the rogue has chosen to play Beta Trap, which only costs 3. And then the medic support has chosen to do only 5 preventive measures. So we'll look at initiative, and the lowest initiative will go first. In this case, the rogue will go first. Now, we don't resolve them yet. Let's see, wait. Yeah, so then we would draw adversary action cards now. But for the first round, we are not supposed to draw any cards, so we can skip that. Normally we would. Initiative means the rogues will go first, and we play our actual turn. So here we go. So the first card that's going to happen is this one, Beta Trap. So I can choose for this card to be 3 movement, if I want to move around the board. Or I can also make any card an attack card, a basic attack card. If I do that, I cannot attack before or after that. So it's my only attack for that turn. I'm not going to do either of those. I don't want to move. I actually want to do what this card says, because this card is awesome. Place a trap on any adjacent empty space. Adversaries treat the trap as an empty space. When multiple equally viable spaces exist for movement, an adversary will prioritize moving through the rogue's trap rather than using the decision die as a tiebreaker. So I can drop a trap down, and if they can move through across it, they will. So we're going to drop that Beta Trap. I'm going to put this over here. Yeah. So the trap token looks like this here. And I am going to drop it right here, right in the middle. So hopefully one of them will walk into that spot in the future. Because I don't trust what they're doing. I really don't trust what's going on here. Now, what does a trap actually do? The trap will, when it says the figure takes 5 damage upon entering. Pretty straightforward. Actually, does that stay on the board? That's a good question. Phantom Epoch, if you're around, let me know. I forget. Do these conditions stay on the board? You're gonna go invisible and let the healer get hit? No, I'm not actually. I'm not going invisible. Not this time, Derek. Thank you. It was so funny. We were playing this game, and I love my stealth characters, and I felt like every time I would go invisible and let the healer, who he's got some good abilities, but generally you don't want the healer be the only target. So he'd be the only target if I'm invisible and he would get hit. So get your move once triggered. Thank you, Phantom Epoch. I figured as much, but since you're here, I thought I'd ask. Okay, so that's his turn. We'll move on to the healer. Preventive measures. It costs 5. Apply Resilient and Barrier to self or an adjacent ally. I'm going to choose to put them on themselves. So, conditions are really cool in this game because they last until they do something. There's no like... Yeah, Derek, I know that card is amazing. So, what are we talking about? We're talking about Barrier. Barrier is right here. The next time the figure would receive damage, we remove the condition instead. Straight up cancel all damage. It is amazing. That is one of these symbols here. Here it is. And then the other one was Resilient. Resilient is right below that. It says, next time the figure would receive a detrimental condition, remove this condition instead. So we're going to ignore the next damage and bad condition that happens on our healer. Hey, board game officer, welcome. And the cool thing about this, oh, you know what? I regret not using the bases. The bases actually have really nice ways to put these tokens on them. That's fine, though. Okay. So I'm going to put these on our healer, and I'm just going to put them on this card here, so don't forget. Which I'll probably forget later anyway. So, okay. That is the end of their turn. Let's keep going. I'm walking through this slowly as we teach, as we go. Okay, so we did that. We played our turn. So discard adversary action cards. I have nothing to discard. Apply end of turn round effects. There are no round effects here to worry about. Yes. I'm just trying to think of how this works. Yeah, I don't think there is anything yet. Because now the... Well, oh, not yet. So now the round 1 has ended. So we can start reading the next part of it. So, what does it say here? Special rules! Starting from round 2, the sentries begin performing actions as normal. So now you can see how it normally works. The sentries hold the key to the door. Of course they do. And it can't be opened until all sentries are defeated. Once the sentries are defeated, treat the door as a normal door that is open when a character moves onto it. If no sentry was attacked or inflicted with a condition that causes damage during round 1, we do what's called extra O2. So the nice thing is, because we chose not to attack them, there is this fancy secrets book here. Oh, interesting. Okay. So I'm going to read this out loud. Actually, yeah, I'm going to read this out loud. These are kind of spoilers here, so if you don't want to be spoiled, just mute for a second, and once I move the camera, I'll be done reading. It's pretty quick, actually. The guards look at each other, then draw their swords. One, however, throws his sword to the ground and spits in disgust. This is a waste of resources. Bandits are raiding the countryside, and yet the Emperor has us here playing executioners rather than defending those who need us. Without hesitation, the guard next to him runs the speaker through with his sword. You should know better than to question the divine Emperor. Okay. Okay, so here we are. I read the little spoilers part of it. All you need to know is something got unlocked, and this guy here is not there. That's all you gotta know. So, okay. Then we keep playing. So, fortunately, we just have to eliminate this one sentry yet. Okay, let's go ahead and go through the turn structure again. Here we go. So first thing is, roll the decision die. Let's roll that die, see where we get. It's going to be yellow, west, south. Okay, put that to the side. And now we do the event card. So let's take a look at the event card. Something's happening, mission event. Which we don't have a mission event yet. So that is effectively nothing. How do I know that? You come up here. There's no... The mission event here is none. There's nothing here, so we don't have to worry about a mission event right now. So it says something's happening, but apparently nothing's happening in this one. Okay. Okay. And then we need to rest or select our character action cards. So now we can pick what we want to do. Now I want this guy to move into that trap, because that's 5 damage. He only has 10 health. Board Game Officer's question says, "Are you continuing what you and Canje started a couple of weeks ago?" Yes. Well, that's close enough. It's not exactly right. Made some tweaks, but yeah, pretty close where we are. So I want him to move there. I kind of want to go late. I'm going to go late because I'm hoping this guy wants to move up and attack us. So I want to play as basically our maximum amount of actions I can do for both these characters. So let's see. I can do 10 for the human, rogue, and I think we want to do. Trying to see how I can get there real quick. 6. Ooh, that's not bad either. It's not bad either. Okay. I am going to play these 3 cards for the rogue. So set this to the side. And then we need to play. We play up to almost 11 for the healer. So the healer, I kind of just want. I'm hoping the rogue will be able to take them out. Actually, I want to go. There is a drive to safety. That's a pretty awesome one. Let's grab that one. This one will help move us around. Let's go ahead and... Don't need to heal. We might just use this for... We might just get some movement out there, honestly. We're going to do 8... Yes, there we go. It's 11. Okay, we'll do those 3. Okay, so we played that stuff. Now we can see what happens next. So, yeah. So this is the play action cards for the player turn. Okay, draw adversary action cards. So because we have one adversary on the board, we're going to draw. These are really nice reminder cards you have here. We're going to draw 1 human card and a sentry card. So 1 human card and 1 sentry card, and these 2 cards will determine what they're doing. So let's look at the human card first. Yeah. So human card is this. Cautious approach. So this here is the initiative for the enemy. And this is the effect. So this effect means guard +1. That is effectively armor. That R means it's for the round. So it's going to last for the full round. And then they're going to move 3. So basically they're going to armor up and move 3. And then the next thing I'm going to do is this card here. This is the... So that was the race card, or the species card. And this here is what they're actually going to do. So this is the sentry card itself. Phantom Epoch, if you're still around, I'm not sure if you're watching the chat, but we do have a question from Mike. Do we have a relaunch date? Pokémon Monsters cursed me for not having those player aids the copy he had. They're nice. They are nice. So now this is going to choose what they do. Now, if you notice, there's a bunch of colors on here in these numbers. What we have to do is look at what color we have here. So red. So we can ignore all this. Look at the red one. The nice thing is we draw 1 card, and it will activate all the enemies of that type. So we have Stoic Defender for the round, guard +1 to self and adjacent non-sentry allies and adjacent objects. So he's going to get another boost to his guard, which is horrible, but I think I've got a solution for that. If adjacent to the primary target, he's going to attack, otherwise move 3 towards the closest ally. Okay. So his initiative is going to be... Oh, I should also show you his character card as well. So here is the human sentry. Hit points is 10. Guard has got 1 armor to start. Attack 1 and range 1. Range 1 means attack adjacent. Also has a critical ability, which we'll get to if he rolls a critical. Okay, so his initiative is going to be 7. 4 + 3 is 7. So he's going to go first. So we play a turn. So the first thing enemy's going to do is it's going to apply new effects. If it has any new effects, it's any conditions. Determine its target. And then it's going to do the species action followed by the class action. So let's go ahead and do that. He's right here. The target is, he wants to go for either of these two. Because they're both equal distance away, we're going to use the decision die. Decision die is saying west. So we're going to choose the westmost character, the rogue. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we need to do the species card. So this is the first one. It's going to get guard +1 and move 3. So it is going to get a boost in its defense and move right into our trap. Love it. That trap gets discarded. And then when that trap gets discarded, it takes 5 damage. So let me go and click that guy down. These are really, really nice, by the way. I love how the health is on these. It makes it so easy. So 5 damage. So he's at half health already. Love it. Unfortunately, he's guarded up. So not always great. Okay. And then we do the ability card here. Stoic Defender. Guard +1 again. So now instead of having guard 1, it's going to be guard 3. If adjacent to the primary target, which it is, because it wants to go for the rogue, he's going to attack with -2. Okay, so what we're going to do here. Where's the cards? Ah, here we go. Attack is 1, -2, so attack is technically -1. When they attack, they will roll a die to see what they do. So there are 2 dice in the game, a basic die and a upgrade die. You can choose when you attack which die to roll. Basically, the difference is the yellow die has higher values, but also higher chances to crit or miss. So it's more of a risky die. However, when the enemies attack, they never roll this die. They always roll the basic die. So we're going to roll the basic die and see what happens. So we're currently at a -1 attack. And we're going to roll this die. It is a 4. Gosh darn it. Derek must be watching. I have his luck here. So 4 -1 is 3. 3 coming at us. Unfortunately, I don't think I have anything to deal with that. Yeah, I don't think I have anything to deal with that. So... yeah, great, perfect, love it. Or, oh, you're watching, yeah. So you're watching me with your bad rolls. I'm blaming you because I rolled so bad there. That's like the best you can roll that die. So our lovely medic is gonna take 3 hits. Not medic, sorry. Rogue gonna take 3 hits. So, okay. That is it. That's it for them. Now it is our turn. So the next one to go, I didn't show these cards, but I actually had 10 here and 11 down here. So the rogues will go first, followed by our medic. So we can play these in any order we want. So this is what I wanted to do. I'm going to play Backstab. I was hoping they would come towards me. Backstab, attack +1. Attack +3 instead if another ally is also adjacent to the target. Well, guess what? We do have the medic right next to us, so that is going to be a +3 attack. But it gets better. Find vulnerability. Play in conjunction with 1 attack action. The attack gains Pierce 4. Whew. I'm glad I played that. So remember, the guard actually has, or the sentry has guard 3. Pierce 4 will try to subtract as much as it can, so it can have guard 0. So it has no shields. We're attacking with a +3 attack. So let us see how much we can do to it. Okay. Now the question is, do I roll the blue die, be safe, or the yellow die, be a little more risky? Not gonna lie, a little tempted to do the risky one. Yeah, it was good time on those cards before Game Officer. I was like, I'm gonna try this. I'm trying to get lucky. We got lucky. We'll do the blue one for now. Okay, so I have +3. Here we go. Boom! 4. That is 7. That is a big old 7. 7, and he has got 0. Remember, he's got 10 health, so guess what? Boom! He is dead. We just took him out. Oh! Okay. Pause real quick, because I have to check the board here. Let me just do this down here a little bit. Stop reading until the door has been opened. Okay, so it can't be opened until all sentries are defeated. Once sentries are defeated, treat the door as a normal door. Okay, so once we move into that spot, then we continue on. Cool. So yeah, that worked out really well. So those cards are discarded. And now we're on to our medic's turn. So, medic. We've got some options here. I'm going to choose to do this card. Drag to safety. Move 6. At any time during the move action, the healer may give any number of remaining movement points to one adjacent ally. The ally must use the movement points immediately after the healer finishes moving and must end movement adjacent to the healer. So, this worked out really, really well. I'm going to use 3 of those. So I've got 6 move points. I'm going to use 3 move points to move the healer and 3 move points to move the rogue. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, whatever. It has me next to him. So there we go. That was that card. And the rogue comes in with a battle roll to the side of and slices the neck of the sentry. He totally took him out. That's a great description. Okay, so we'll pause here. I've got 2 more cards to resolve, but we'll pause here because we did go through the door. Okay, coming back up here. Stop reading until the door has been opened, which we just did. So move back up to the top of the page here. I'm sorry, guys. I can't read this far away from me. It's like really far away from me. I gotta tilt this up. The door opens and the shock on the faces of the guards on the other side indicates that they were clearly expecting you to be dead, their fellow guards to be the ones emerging. They scramble to draw their weapons and prevent your escape. The main gate slams shut, locked into place mechanically. There must be a switch somewhere to open them again. New objective, escape. Yeah, I love the rogue. The rogue's a really fun ability. I love the stealth. Okay, so we need to place human sentries and a human archers as follows. So 2 to 4 players. We have to put at C5 and W5 some more sentries on there. So looking down here, let's move this off the board for temporary here. Oh man, nice too, Steve. It's okay. Appreciate the comfort. Normally, I like to have these things scanned in to pull them digitally so I can see on the big screen, but it's like part of the board and board changes and stuff, so it's kind of far away. It's one of those days. Okay, so we need to respawn these guys, and this guy's gonna be C5. So C is down here, 5 is right here. So it looks like we have a sentry right here. I'll lay him down. The other sentry we'll grab, and when you do place these down, you have to pick different color bases for them. Doesn't matter what color it is, it just has to be different. And the other one needs to be at W5, which of course is over here. So not surprising, they are kind of next to those 2 doors. We also need to add some archers, and I have 1 archer here. I actually need another archer standee, which I don't have. Pop one of those out real quick. There's another one. Okay. So the archers we haven't seen yet. We'll put 1 archer, and they go at A7 and Y7. They have 6 health only. A7 is right down here, and Y7 is on the other side. So this is a symmetric setup. And that's at 6 health. Okay. Okay. I think that's everything there. The sentries at C5 carries the key to the door at D4. This door cannot be opened until the sentry is defeated. So at C5, which is right here, has the key for this door right here. So we can't go through this door until we take him out. The sentry at W5 carries the key for V4, so this guy carries this key. The door cannot be opened until the sentry is defeated. So that's what we have to do here. Mission event. The doors. Okay, so it's a mission event. If the mission event happens, and event. So read column A after opening door D4. Read column B after opening door V4. Okay, so I'm not going to read any further forward here, but basically, depending on what door we pick, we have to pick one of those two sides. That's actually really cool. I like that a lot. So we're here. I finished the movement. I do have some more cards to resolve. Question to you guys watching: do we go west or east? Which door do we go through? Let me know if you guys have an inkling. Meanwhile, let me look at the cards. I don't have... Choose the right to the east. Okay, we're going to the east. Thank you, board game officer. We'll do that. Alright. So, I have this card yet to play. Healing Mist. Heal 3. I could heal the rogue, but I'm not really worried about him yet. I might wait. Because heal 3 is not a lot. I'm going to use this for the movement points. 4 movement points. So we move 4 spaces. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, one thing I didn't mention is these blue objects are destructible items. Destructible objects in the area. We can actually attack them. They get damaged. Attack them again. They get destroyed. And when they're destroyed, they become hindering terrain. Like this is hindering terrain down here, yellow. It requires 2 movement to move into it. But it looks like this is stairs going up top here. You can totally shoot through this stuff, by the way. That's definitely an option. But when you shoot through, there's a chance you might actually hit it instead. So we'll move 4 there. And the last card I have is a Poison Strike, which is pretty awesome. It can inflict weaken, potentially. But there's nothing for me to attack because my range is only 1. So I might just have the healer run up to get up in the sky. So, okay. Use that 4 movement there. Alright, that is it. Discard everything. I think we're done. We're done. Yep, done. Okay, then we need to keep going through the rounds. So there's no end of round effects. So then we're going to go to a new round. Rolling the decision die again. Hey, here we go. Rolling this die. Rolling south and west. Now we draw the event card. Let's see what this one says. Quiet. I'm liking these cards with nothing bad happening. I'm okay with that. Okay with that. At some point it's going to backfire, but so far so good. Okay, now we can choose what we're going to do here. We can choose to rest or select our action cards. I have some really good cards in the discard pile for both these characters. But I don't feel like it's worth resting. Because you basically skip your turn. So, now the thought is, what do I do in this situation? I feel like the rogue needs to get their butt closer out here to be more effective. So I might play very few cards to get out there quickly. Or ignore everything I said. I can do something totally different. Can I make this work? I've got 10 action points to do. I don't know if I can do it. Okay, so what I'm thinking here, just talk over what I'm thinking. I have parkour. Leap 4. This allows me to ignore objects and I can jump over them. So 4 movement. And the nice thing about this is I could potentially leap across here to get next to the archer, try to take them out. I think that might be the plan. Unfortunately, leaving the healer to take out the sentry, but we'll see what happens. Parkour, parkour! Exactly, Derek. So I think I'm going to play that one. That's going to cost 3. 3 of the 10. Now I kind of want to get over there with some movement. Don't have a whole lot of options. don't have a whole lot of options for that movement. Sorry, I'm just thinking here. I might just use this card. It's pretty nice to inflict blind. I do like that ability, but I'm probably use it for just the movement points. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. So these two will get me next to the archer. That's 6 of my points. I can play another card to try to do an attack. The question is, do I? Do I do that? Yeah, I think I might. Because I'm betting the archer's not going to... Well... Oh, this is a tough decision spot. This is a tough decision. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could just run around the corner and shoot this guy, the sentry, instead. Maybe I'm trying to be a little too aggressive here. Okay, let me change this up. Instead, I'm gonna throw some knives. We'll do these two. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that'll work. We'll do that. Okay. We're gonna fight dirty and throw some knives. So my plan is to run around the corner, throw some knives at the sentry. If that's not looking great based on the card to flip, I can choose to throw them at the archer instead, with potentially missing her. We'll see what happens. All right, what's the medic gonna do? The medic, ooh, interesting. Has this interesting card here. One ally within range 5 performs an attack +1. Oh, the problem with that though is I won't be able to. I need to be adjacent to someone. That's not gonna work right now because my rogue's not gonna be adjacent. But this seems ideal. Attack +1 with Pierce 3 because that sentry's probably gonna get armor. Let's play that card. That's gonna be 4. Let's do that and then. Let's go ahead and lay down some cards. So this will be just a 3 movement probably. How much do I have here? I can play 11. That's 7. 7 and 4. That's 11. Okay. We'll do those things. Now, I don't have to play all of them, but I'm kind of going heavy here. Okay, so we played our cards. Now we have to see what the enemy does. So. We're going to draw a human card to see what they're going to do. And actually, I forget. Do you draw a human card for each of them, each type? I think you just draw one human for all the humans. Okay, so they're going to do stride. And then the sentry is going to do this stuff here. So it looks like they want to move. And then... Yeah, you draw one for each of them. Okay, thanks, Phantom Epoch. One for each. Thank you. So the sentries are going to move and do that. And then the archers are going to... They're going to play adaptability. They're going to move 5, gain resilient. And their card is going to be this here. So 5. Wow, they're going very late. They're going very late. So 5, and then archer is blue, so it's 9. The other archer is even later than that, 10. Yeah. But that's actually faster than I'm going. So I am going very late. Looks like the first one to go will be our sentries because they are very low. They are 7 and 6. Yep, 7 and 6. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we determine initiative, now we play the turn. So the first one's going to be our red sentry. I know that because it is 3, plus the 3 is 6. That's the first one here. So we're going to move 5, and then they're going to try to strike or attack. So, this guy wants to attack. He's no one to attack. He's going to move 5. He wants to go towards closest one, probably up here. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 right here. And then they cannot attack. Oh. This is an interesting situation. Because they cannot attack, they would try to convert their action points into movement, which is 3. Yeah, I think Phantom sees it too. I think you see it too. Here's the problem. It wants to go, because of the decision die, it wants to go south or west, so heading here, because that's the closest one. And it wants to use the 3 movement points. However, it is 2 movement points to get here, which is adjacent to me. I would love it if they move 3 right here, because that way I can just run past them doing what I want to do. The problem here is they would stop right here. Why that's a problem? You cannot move through enemies, only allies. So all that movement I had planned earlier, ruh-roh. So, oh, that sucked. That sucked. Okay. Tis is what it is. Ouch. Well, we'll see where the next one goes. So he's done. We'll do the next one, which is 7. It's going to be this guy here. He wants to do a move 5 as well, which he doesn't need to do because he's right next to the target he wants to do. And he is actually the light blue, so he's going to do the subdue attack. So it's going to attack and then inflict knockdown effect. So the attack is going to be a blue die. So let's see what he rolls against our medic. 3. So 3 plus his 1 is 4. But the nice thing about our medic is they are barriered, so the next attack they take is ignored. Also, they will get knocked down, but the next effect they take is also ignored. So basically, these 2 conditions are now gone. So, yay, that card is amazing. Basically, ignore the whole thing. Okay, so that was our sentries. They are both done. Moving on to our archers. So the next one to go would be this one here. 9, because we did 10 and 11 for each of them. I should have played less cards. I got greedy. That's my bad. My bad. Okay, move 5 and gain resilient will be the first thing to do. So this one's move 5. Looks like they have to go this direction. Yeah, they have to go walk down here. Well, actually, they don't have to move because what the action they want to do is attack at range +2. And their range is 5. So they have a super range, so they don't even have to move. They can actually attack our healer right where they are. So my understanding is they don't move. Yeah, I don't think they are going to move. They are going to gain resilient, though. Resilient is going to prevent the next negative effect they're going to get. And then they're going to do full draw. At least this light blue one is going to do it. So range is going to attack at range +2. So the range is 5 + 2 is 7. Attack is only 3. Now, interesting about this one, the guard is actually -2. So when you attack them, they take 2 extra damage because they're extra weak. The negative effect doesn't matter. But so attack with 3 against our rogue. So let's roll the die and see what happens here. Here we go. 3 + 3 is 6. That is great. Our rogue is taking... Not rogue. Our medic is taking some damage there. So... that is perfect. Just what we wanted. Oh, man. Okay, so then we got this guy over here. They're far away. They're going to move 5. They're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And can't quite get through that. Oh, no, they ignore that stuff, I think. 5. And resilient. Okay. Then this one wants to do precise shot, which is attack and gain pierce 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, that's a good question. I don't know. Can they shoot through doors, Phantom Epoch? I've got the situation here. They're actually within range of attacking the rogue, but I know they can shoot through figures. And I assume they can shoot through doors. I'm not positive on that. Yeah, it would either shoot there or move. Open doors, yep, got it. Cool. Oh, you know what? There's an open door token, and I didn't grab it. Yeah, I didn't grab the open door token. Somewhere around here. Okay, that's fine. So yes, so attack at 5. We'll have to roll the decision die to see if it hits his buddy by mistake. Yes, exactly. This is the cool part about it. Okay. So, it's going to try to attack this rogue. It can do that because it has 5 range, which is definitely within range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At Pierce 3, which we don't have any guards, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Okay. So, first thing we need to do is we'll look along this path, this flight path, there is a character there. So for every obstacle, we have to roll this accuracy die. Accuracy die has some option to it. The option is it's on target. So if we do that, for this target, we keep going until we get to the actual target it intends. If instead we roll this die, this means, oh, guess what? Instead of hitting the target you want, now this is your new target, aka can shoot his buddy. And if we roll the other option here, if we roll this, it means the attack misses completely. So let's go and roll this die and see what happens for this sentry. Shoot his buddy! Shoot his buddy! Oh. Okay. Did not shoot his buddy. He's coming after the rogue. It is attack is 3. So 3 plus 3 is 6. Our rogue is taking some hits. Good grief. Good grief. This might be a short game, guys. This might be short. Okay. At least all the enemies are done after that painful turn. Now it's up to us. So the first one to go will be the rogue. So in my wisdom, not really. I chose to play these 2 cards. I chose to play a Fight Dirty and a Throwing Knife. So this one gives me some range, which is nice, because normally I don't have range. This one is attack -1, but I do get inflict blinded, which is convenient. Blinded, it's right here. Before rolling any attack, figures with this condition must roll the accuracy die, proceeding only on successes. So that is an excellent thing to kind of shut down one of these guys, or potentially shut them down. You expect me to win? Oh, it's your birthday, Mike! Happy birthday! And you're joining us here. Oh, man, I appreciate that. I hope you have a great birthday. That was awesome. Hope you have, like, some dinner, some cake or something. That's awesome. Okay, we need to attack him, I think. Is he the best one to attack? I think we're just attack the sentry. He's basically the only one we can go for anyway. Okay, so attack the sentry with, we'll do Fight Dirty to start. Oh, you know what? No, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do Throwing Knife. Attack at range 4. I can only attack the sentry guy. I am going to gamble. I'm gonna roll the yellow die. I've been working all day, had a nice dinner though, and now some time with some friends. A decent day all in all. That's awesome. Honestly, that's what I want to my birthdays. I love having like just get through the work day, have a nice dinner, and just relax, then play some games. That's all. That's like the perfect day for me. All right, so let's go and roll the die. We're gonna be risky here, attacking this guy, sentry. Now, if I remember correctly, he does not have any guarded effects or anything that we have to worry about. Nope. Just normal sentry dude, which is guard 1. Okay, here we go. Roll the yellow die. 3. Okay, that's okay. So 3. Just thinking, make sure everything else. Yep, so that's just 3. 3 to his guard of 1 means he's going to take 2 damage. So 2 damage of his 10 health. So he's down to 8. Start. Okay. I was kind of hoping we could do a lot more against him, but c'est la vie. Let's go ahead and do our second option here, which is the Fight Dirty. Attack -1, inflict blinded. I don't think I want to risk having this one miss. So I'm going to roll the blue die for this one. Blue die for this attack. 2. So 2 minus 1 is only 1. He has guard, so 0 damage coming through to him. But that's okay. It was successful. Successful in that it didn't miss. No fumble happened. So I still apply the effect, which is what I really wanted. So now that guy is blinded. I look for the blinded token. I do not see it. Which is kind of funny. Do not see the blinded token. Did not mean that to come out that way, but I'll take it. I don't. We'll just do this. This is fine. I know he's blinded. Okay. That's it for him. So it's really good to split the party. Let me just say that much. Now let's do our medic. Our medic is going to do this. Attack +1 with Pierce 3. Let's go after the guard. So yeah, I'm just thinking here. I'm thinking, do we chance it? Do we roll the big die? Still has 10 health. We probably won't take him out. The most we can do is a 5 on this die. +1 is 6. That's a lot of damage, but I won't take him out. Let's not risk it. Risk it for the biscuit. Okay, Board Game Officer says we're doing it. We're risking it. Here we go. Alright. Oh! Board Game Officer! Thank you! 5 + 1. 6. Pierce 3 means we ignore 3 of his guards. There's 1 guard. So all 6 of that damage is going through to him. He's got 4 life left. That was amazing. Peer pressure for the win. Yes, yes. Okay, cool. That was great. Now we have some other cards here. How much? 13. Yeah. Okay. We're going to go ahead and play this card. Herbal Poultice. Heal 5. So let's go ahead and do that to ourselves. So we're going to heal 5 health. Bring us back up to 12 health, which is 1 short from our max. Now, when you heal this game, it's actually pretty interesting. I like what they did. So you have these bandages spots. So I will go ahead and put a bandage here. Doesn't matter how much you heal. If you heal 1, 8, 20, doesn't matter. We put a bandage here. Cool. Next time we heal, we'll put another bandage there. In order to be able to heal, you have to have a space for a bandage. So basically, when I'm full of bandages, I can no longer heal in that mission. To start with the next mission, you can clear them off and go again. So it's a really cool, like, thematic way of keeping healing down. Now, of course, being the medic, they have some abilities to remove those bandages to heal even more than you normally could. So, and the biscuit was nice and tasty. It really was. Okay. So that was the heal, and then we have this card here, Soothing Balm. Remove all detrimental conditions, which there are none. We can use that for movement. I don't think it really matters. Don't think it really matters. I think we'll just leave it at that. Okay. Okay, so that was that round. We are going to discard all our cards and go into the next round. Here you go, decision die time. East and north, and that's red. Okay, now I have to see what the event is. The event is going to be Sore Muscles. Each character that is not already at maximum bandages, which is all of us, rolls the basic attack die. If a fumble is rolled, the character receives a bandage. Ooh, that's nasty. Okay, so we don't want to fumble on this die. So let's go ahead and roll it for... Over here is roll it for the rogue. Okay, no fumbles, that's great. And we can roll it for our medic. Also, no fumbles, that's great. Okay, that's all we have to do. Okay, so now we can choose to rest, or we can choose to play our cards like normal. So currently I have 3 cards left. 4, 9, 10, 11. It's 11 total action points, which is the max they can play. I also have 4 more here, which is 8, 12 more here, so they've got some options. I think... Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play 1 card for the medic. I'm hoping the medic can go first. I have to get lucky. Hopefully the medic can go first and try to take out that sentry before anything happens. So I'm going to try that. And I'm going to... a little risky. Ooh. That's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't quite get where I need to get. What I'm thinking about here. Hey, Michael, this is Phantom Epoch. This is a game, sci-fi campaign game with some legacy elements that's coming to Kickstarter. So we're playing through mission 1 of Oros tonight. We're going to play through another mission next week. But I'm explaining a little bit as we go. But hopefully, it might not make a whole lot of sense jumping in now. You can watch in the beginning. Might make more sense. But yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool how the card play works and everything. So now here's what I'm thinking. I love this card for the rogue. Move 2, gain invisible. Invisible means exactly what you think. They don't see you. They can't attack you. That will last until the end of my next turn. So I'm thinking about going invisible now. Also, I can move through people with that, which is what I'm thinking about doing, because then I could maybe sprint around. And I can set up for my next turn, which would be a big attack, sneak attack. The other option is I could try to do that now, because you stay invisible until the end of your next round, or you make an attack. Because I could do that right now with the guard next to me. The guard currently has his 8 health. That's a lot of health. He's also blind. I need that card in real life. Yeah, me too. Me too. Okay. Especially with the kids around, right? Need some break from all the kids. Okay, so let's go ahead and set this up. I'm going to start moving around here. I think what I want to do is try to take out this sneak attack this archer. I'm not going to do it this turn, but probably next turn. Okay. So let's do these 2 cards for that option. Okay. Now that we played our cards, we need to see what the enemies are going to do. So we've got 1 card for the sentries and 1 card for the archers. Okay, so the sentries, let's see what they're going to do. They have attack command. So this is for 3, and then it looks like, oh, pretty fast actually. 6. So, because this guy's blue, light blue, yeah. So he's going to do 6. And I'm gonna read this. Closest ally within range 5 that has an enemy within range performs an attack -1. Oh, so he's gonna command the archer to attack me. If an ally within range 5 doesn't have an enemy within range, convert this card to movement. Okay. So it's going to command the archer to attack, and then it's going to attack. That is horrible. Horrible. Oh. So 6 we have to beat. Who did I play for the medic? Ah, we got that beat. We got that beat. Okay. The other one is here. He's going to defend himself. Stoke Defender. Okay. The archers, they have defense command. For the round, an ally within range 5 that is attacked performs a retreat 2 after the attack, and any other trigger effects complete. Effects may only occur once per attack. So they're kind of running away. So 3 plus 4 and 3. So let's look at 7 and 6 that we're doing here. Okay. So now for initiative, I only have 2 for medic, so they're definitely going first. And for it's 5. So our character's going before the enemies go, which is great. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the first one. Rush to the raid. I can move 6, but I must end in a space adjacent to an ally. Guess what? I don't plan to do that at all. Instead, I'm going to play this card as an attack. So I just do a basic attack. They have guard 1. They have how much health left? 4. I have to do 5 damage to them. I gotta risk it. Gotta go for that 5, right? Right? If somehow I roll the 5 on this die, it's gonna save us from a ton of damage. Because the blue die. Where did I put the blue die? That's right here. Yeah, there's no 5 on that one. That's the only way I can take him out with this attack. This basic attack. Oh gosh, so stressful. So stressful. Okay. There we go. Oh my gosh! Ah, yes! Okay, 5. That is amazing. The guard has... The sentry has 1 guard, so 5 minus 1 is 4. He is at 4 life! Woohoo! Took him out. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? When you defeat guys, they're supposed to drop down these Nova Cores. There should have been one up here as well. I'm going to just say we took it. I forgot to do that earlier. These are... They're used as powers for your abilities, which I'll show in a little bit here. They're also used for buying equipment. They're used for a lot of different ways, honestly. So yeah, that was huge. That was huge because Hughes can command the archer to fire, which is excellent. Okay, so he's done. The next one to go is our rogue. Yeah, our rogue is just going to do this one first. Move 2, gain invisible. My move 2 can't do anything because the guy's standing in the way, but I will gain invisible. We'll just put this here for a reminder. Okay. Gain invisible, and then after that, I can do the move 4. So move 4, I'm going to run through them. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're getting around the corner here to start helping out. That's all they're going to do, but they don't see me, which is nice. Okay. Now I got to run through the enemies. The first enemy to go, there's a 6 and a 6. Yeah, so decision die time, east 1, red 1. So the red guy's going to go first. Okay. So he wants to go. Attack command. The closest ally within range 5 has an enemy within its range performs an attack -1. Range 5 here. So this guy's commanding this oops. Knocked it over. This archer to go. But the archer, has he seen someone within 5? Guess what? I'm invisible, does not see me. So the nice thing about this is If an ally within range 5 doesn't have an enemy within range, convert this card to movement. So it's going to be 3 movement. They're going to go towards this spot. 1, 2, 3. Straightforward. Okay. That is that at command. And then we have the Sentry's ability here. It is red. Guard +1 to self-adjacent non-sentry allies and adjacent objects. So if adjacent to a primary target, which it's not, attack -2. Otherwise, move 3 towards the closest ally. So it wants to move 1, 2 right here to be next to the archer. They have guard, which doesn't matter because we went first, so we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so those two went. We have this ranger to go. Oh, and this ranger to go. So the first one to go is going to be the dark blue one. So that one is defensive command. An ally within range 5 that is attacked, perform a retreat 2 after the attack. So luckily we're not doing any attacks. We can basically ignore this. But that archer is dark blue, so it's going to do attack -1 and retreat 2. It can't attack anything. Oh, one thing I should mention. If it can't do anything on the card, it will convert that to movement points. But anytime you have a round ability, those are never converted to movement points. So this card won't be ever converted. But this one, attack -1, retreat 2, it can't attack anything. No, I lied. It can attack here. Yep, it can attack there. It's going to attack and then back up. Okay, so to figure this out, we have to look at line of sight, which would be a hex to another hex. It is going to cross over at least this spot here. No, they have a clear shot. They do have a clear shot. Okay. I'm invisible. I don't count for any of the impacts, so it's just gonna be a straight shot for them. -1. Their attack is 3. So let's go and roll the blue die and see what happens. Attacking our medic. 3 plus their 2 is 5. 5 to our medic. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Okay. Luckily they were healed, so that helps a lot. Okay. And then retreat 2. So 1, 2. Back up. Then we have this archer. So it wants to do the defensive command, which there's no ally within 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, it would. That's okay, though. It's not going to matter. And then it is the light blue one, so it's going to do fire arrows, which sounds lovely. Lovely. The primary target is an enemy in range. If the primary target is an enemy in range, roll the actually die. If it's success or block is rolled, the target is inflicted with burning. Oh. Okay, so it's going to just fire arrows over here at our medic. So we have to see if the fire arrows hit. It needs anything but an X. So come on, X. Come on, nothing. Oh! Booyah! Booyah! I got my lottery ticket after today. So, no fire. Oh, man. Oh, getting lucky here. Getting lucky. I'll take it. Okay, so we discard all those cards. Those are done. And we do a new round. Lay this guy down so you can see him too. Who are you and what have you done with Steve? Steve's getting lucky. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Okay. Roll the decision die. We have south and east. And the problem is I'm running out of cards, and I have to take a rest action soon. But I don't like my situation I'm in with all these enemies still active and around me. Not great. Okay, let's see what the event is. Adrenaline Rush. All characters have +1 action point for the round. Sweet. Play extra cards. Okay, so for our rogue is still stealthed. I think I might come up here and try to one-shot this guy. Honestly. Yeah. We're going to do that. We're going to leap up there and try to do sneak attack. So that's going to be our 2 cards. It's not fast, but that's also the last card we have in our deck. Don't have a good option. Ooh, that's okay. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna play all our cards for both of them. Do we? Do we? Or do I rest one of them now? I'm tempted to rest one of them now because the next turn I have to. I don't want to have both of them resting. So yeah, I'm going to rest the medic, unfortunately. So only the rogues can go. I don't like it, but I think that's what I have to do. Okay, let's draw the cards for them. Okay, let's see what the initiative is. We have the red sentry does have initiative of 3 + 2 is 5. Initiative 5, which is pretty fast, honestly. And then the archers have initiatives of 5 plus 3 is 8, and a 4 is 9. So 8 and 9. I believe well, we know what's going first for sure. They are faster than our rogue. Yeah, because our rogue played these 2 cards, and that is equaling 8. Oh, so the rogue's gonna go before this one goes. It's 9. Actually, rogue will go before. So rogue's gonna go. So the order is gonna be healer, sentry, rogue, and then the archers. You can play that health potion, I think, as spot your healer during a rest turn. Oh, yeah, I do have that. And yeah, that's a really good idea. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. Speaking of which, right now. So we initiative order because we're doing a rest action with the healer. We're gonna take all the cards we discarded and they all come back to the hand. So we got our full ensemble with us. But as Phantom Epoch pointed out, we have a health potion. So this health potion is heal 5 on self. So we'll spend that as our item here. Wait a second. This has the Nova core on it. I think I had to sign something to that real quick. I might have forgot to do that at the beginning when I set this up. 1 second while I double check that real quick. Also single use, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just single use. Okay, so we use this, we heal 5. That was the cost to buy. Oh, that's right. Thank you. Thank you. I knew there was something for that one. Okay. So we're healing 5, which is great. Definitely need the health. So getting back up there. But the downside is we do have our second bandage. So we're kind of done healing. Kind of done healing because we have options. We have this medical kit. Healer only. Once per mission, remove 2 bandages from self or adjacent ally. So we'll hang on to that for now, but we have a way of getting rid of those bandages, which is really, really nice. Okay. So they are done. Let's move over to here. So next one to go is the sentry. The sentry is going to do this first. A stride, move 5. So they don't see the rogue right next to them. So they're going to move through them. 1, 2, they're going to move right up here. Right next to the healer. And then they're going to do shield wall for 2. Adjacent allies and objects higher than it use the guard value. Adversary's guard value is their own, so he's going to share his guard value. If adjacent to the primary target, attack -2. So he's going to do a -2 attack. So -2. Got 1 attack. Let's see what happens here. Hopefully nothing but good. So -2. So it's currently a -1 attack. -1 attack. Here we go. -1. So 2 minus 1 is 1. Only 1 damage. So that's okay. I'm okay with that. 1 damage. Oh, you know what? They're blinded. I forgot about that. When they are blinded before doing any attack, they have to roll the accuracy die. Yeah, they have to do the accuracy die. So let's see what happens. Thank you, Phantom Epoch. You totally got it. Thank you. This means they don't attack him? Before rolling any attack, figures with the blind condition must roll the accuracy die proceeding only on success. Ah! So that's not a success. That means they miss. Woohoo! We get our health back. Undo. Runs up there. Wildly swings. As the medic tries to heal. Desperately heal. Okay, cool. Now we have the rogue to go before the archers go. So, rogue wants to do a leap 4 parkour. So we're going to go... It's a pretty player hate card. I know it was. It's a nice card. Sorry, board game officer. 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. We'll move there. Leap over there. And then let's go ahead and do the attack. 2 times damage if the attack is performed while invisible, which we currently are. We're going to be out of invisibility after this anyway. So this is the perfect time to do it. So double damage. And this archer has 6 health. Yeah, we don't need to roll the yellow die. We'll roll the blue die. Rolling the blue dice for hopefully lots of damage. There we go. 3 doubled is 6. 6 to archers. Has guard -2, so that actually is 2 extra damage. Yeah, they're done. They are done. They have resilient ability. Does nothing to help them. Out of the game. And drop a core there. Ha ha ha! Sneak attack. Okay. Then we have this guy to go. Yes. Move 5, gain resilient. So they can see him now. What target do they want to go towards? They want to go towards the most south target. So this one here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move here. And then this is the dark blue. So it's going to do attack, range +2, full draw, which within range, no big deal. The range here, how it works is you need to draw. Actually, let me show this in detail. Show you this in detail. So how range works, line of sight, is there are, of course, X's on the board everywhere. So we need to pick, this might be a little hard to see in there. We need to pick a vertex. So like here is a vertex. There's a vertex here, here, and here, of course. So to see if you have line of sight, you have to choose a vertex and draw a straight line to a different vertex. So what that means, I couldn't draw a line from here to here. That's not a straight line, but you get the idea. Because that's the same point. I have to draw from this point to a separate point, like here, for example. And because there's nothing in that path, it is a clear line of sight. So that's basically how it works. Straight line from one vertex to another vertex as long as it's not the same vertex. Okay, so attack with a range. Range is 5. Attack with 3, so 3 plus. Let's see what it rolls. 2. Ugh. Ooh. Ouch. That's 5 damages. It's okay. Totally fine. Nothing to see here. Might have a dead rogue on our hand, but it's okay. It's okay because the rogue has no cards. This is not looking good, guys. Might need an emergency medic here. Okay. Everyone activated. Yeah, everyone activated. We're still trying to clear that door. That blasted door. Haven't done it yet. Okay, next round. Roll the decision die. Here we go. North and east. Okay. Light blue. Oops, gotta put these cards away too. Okay, first thing we need to do is draw the event deck. Now we're in. Does the rogue have a health potion? Of course the rogue does not have a health potion. Why would I give the rogue a health potion? Because I wasn't thinking, well, was I? Yeah, the rogue's in trouble. The rogue does have a energy potion, though. This will let me recover a discard action card, which I could get the invisibility back. That might be worth it. Go invisible again. Somehow wind up next to the medic to get healed. That might be worth it. I'll have to think about that. Okay. But first, event. Too quiet. If no adversaries are present, which is not true, every character rolls the Blitz attack die. Place one event adversary in an empty space adjacent to any character that rolls a fumble. Ooh. Ooh. The Blitz attack die, if I remember correctly, is the yellow one. Let me double check that real quick. I think that's what that is. Yes, it is. Alright, so every character rolls it. Place one event adversary in an empty space that rolls a fumble. Okay. Do not like. Okay, so let's go and roll for our rogue. No fumble. Perfect. Gonna roll for over here, our medic. That is a critical. Totally fine with that. No fumble. Don't need more enemies. Okay. Let's keep going now. And then we have to play our cards. So now the question is, if I take my cards back, or if I take one card back from the Adrenaline Rush and I go invisible again, I think I have to do that, because if I don't do that, most likely he's going to get shot and die. I think I have to. I think I have to do it. The only problem with this strategy is Into the Shadow. Oh, it's fast. It's a fast card. I think we're okay. Okay. We are going to use our energy potion to get that card back and hope for the best. So obviously we're going to play Into Shadows for that. Okay. Then let's see what we're going to do for our medic. Medic has 11 action points. We have a... We can go through the door. We can go through the door. The question is, do we want to? Because we got these guys that we're dealing with. I don't know if we want to or not. Ooh, I think we might be able to take out this guy. Maybe not take him out. We'll see what happens. I like this card. Attack +1, Pierce 3. Especially since we're next to a sentry. I would love to do this card. Heal 5. But I need to be next to the rogue. There's no good way for me getting up there, because they don't have a leap. I might have to wait. To heal. Luckily, because they're invisible, they can leap back down Oh, they won't get me next turn. I'm kind of delaying the inevitable, honestly. I have to take out enemies, and I have to get up here to take out that guy, or get closer. Okay, so we need some movement, is what comes down to it. Yeah, I just have to get closer. Do not like. 9. I need just a fast speed. Just need a fast speed. We'll do that. Okay. Okay. We're gonna go probably go quick here. Let's see what the enemies are gonna do. We have a human, 2 humans to do with again. So the sentry, let's see what they're gonna do. Sentry wants to do 3 plus, and he's red. 3 plus 3 is 6. He's gonna do 6. So currently I chose 8 for our medic, unfortunately, so they're not as fast. But our rogue is fast, so that's good. And then the archer is going to do 3 plus their dark blue, 4 is 7. So it's going to be rogue, sentry, archer, medic. Yeah. In that order. So here we go. First things first. Move 2. Let's go and pick up that while we can. 1, 2. And gain invisible. So they are now invisible. Okay, that's all they're doing. Then we got the sentry going. So let's see what the sentry wants to do. Sentry wants to any ally within 5. When is the relaunch? I forget, Aaron. Let me check. It was in the chat earlier. Good question. Here we go. Not set 100% in stone yet, but mid-June is what they were targeting. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that one. Okay. Any ally within range 5 that is attacked, perform retreat 2. Okay. So that is just in play. So this guy can perform retreat 2. And that guy has strike. Attack. So they're just going to do a straight up attack against the medic. So 1. Yeah, 1 attack. Roll the blue die. See how much damage we take here. 3. So 4 damage to the medic. Don't know, guys. Don't know. Do not want to get attacked. Okay, then we have our archer. So they're going to want to move 5, and they're going to do a dark blue. So they have an attack range +2. Yeah, they can totally see. Ooh, this is interesting. Yeah, they're going to stay there and shoot at the medic. Okay, they don't need to move. Now, the interesting thing about this is they're going to attack through one of these and their buddy here. Yep. The archer wants to be at range 5 from you, which will have the nice side effect of putting his friend on the path, I believe. Oh, so he wants to move at range 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he wants to go here potentially. Is what you're saying. Move 5 here. And it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's 5 spaces there. That's what you're trying to tell me. Which means we do have a potential clip here and a clip to the enemy. Yeah, so we have to roll twice. Yep, that's it. Okay. So we have to roll twice for this attack, which is pretty cool. Let's see what happens. So They take a shot. It might clip here, so roll this die, see what happens. Oh, it does. So it's going to attack this spot instead. We're going to put a damage marker on that, which I have... Oh, here's the door open. Marker. Looking for that earlier. Damage, right here. Boom. Okay. Next time it gets attacked, it'll be destroyed, and you can actually walk through it. So, took a shot and clipped the wall. So that's pretty convenient. And we have a path getting out of here finally. That's good. Or in there. And then finally we have the medic to go, because that was all, yeah, that's all they did. Yep. So the medic wants some revenge. Yeah. Attack +1, Pierce 3. Attacking the sentry. Sentry has a lot of health still. 8. Oh, I think we push our luck. Do we push our luck? He has no guard. If we rolled a 5, we couldn't take him out, so it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Let's do the blue. There we go. Oh, it's a critical. Sweet, sweet. So, 3 plus... Okay, we got some options here. Okay, let's pause to talk about what the critical means. We haven't seen that yet in this one. So, the critical, we can look at our ability here. We can choose what we're going to do with it. You always have an innate critical ability right here. So the innate ability of the healer for critical is, if target is an adversary, which is true, remove 1 bandage from self or any ally. So this could get rid of a bandage, which allows us to continue healing, which is really nice. The other option is, if we have any other criticals, for example, this card here, Hemorrhage Inducer. Critical ability, inflict bleeding, so then we can apply bleeding to this attack, which is pretty nice as well. So, the critical will also ignore all guard. So, but we've got Pierce 3, which is basically the same effect, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, the critical also adds a value of 3, which I think is always the... Yeah, it's always the case. That's right, it's always the case. I think we do bleeding. Bleeding is pretty awesome. Let me show you what that does. Here it is. Detrimental. Figures with this condition take 2 damage at the start of every non-rest turn. So they're just going to keep taking damage until they die. I think we do that. Because I don't think we need to get bandages. Yeah, we don't need to get the bandages off yet. Okay. Let's bleed them. So, how we're going to do, we're going to do the damage first. So, 3 plus 1's 4. 4 to 8. So, it's going to be down to 4 life. Okay, down to 4. And then we're going to apply. So, he's now blinded and bleeding. This is great for him. I don't have a bleed token. We'll put this on here instead. Oh, the bleed's over here. That's why. That guy is in really bad shape. Really bad shape. Okay. And now, so that was that card. We have this card, which is Heal 3, affects self and all adjacent allies. Not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to use it for the movement 4. Because basically, as much as I want to get through here, I want to save the rogue's life. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll pick that up as we go. So then I've got a path over here. The rogue can get around here. Then we can heal. The rogue has to go first and get out of stealth. Oh, the rogue can't move. I have to get there quickly. That's what it comes down to it. Oof. Oofta. Okay. Everyone went. We're on to the next round. Decision died. Yes, that was the last one. Decision died. Here we go. West and north. Event card. Too quiet if no adversaries are present. That is not true. The adversary is present, so we don't ignore that. Okay, or ignore that. Okay. We're definitely going to rest with the rogue. They're going first and get all their cards back. I don't have a choice. Which means they will be out of invincibility immediately. The biggest risk is the archer. So if we do something about the archer with the medic, we'll kind of save the rogue. So options here. Right here, rush to their aid is a pretty good one. It's only 2. Yeah, I think we do that. I think we're just trying to heal. We're just going to try to heal. Rush there and then heal 5. It is 6 initiative. Fairly fast, but maybe not fast enough. But I think that's the only play we have. We'll play those 2 cards. Okay. Okay, humans. Oh, I have to get rid of these cards. Yeah, I really like how the species and then the class cards work in this one quite a bit. It's very cool, and I like how it's not synchronized swimming, where each character would do something slightly different. I'm a big fan of stuff like that. Sure. Okay. So sentry, and then we need an archer card. Let's shuffle these up real quick. Okay, I need a sentry and archer. Okay, so let's look at the sentry first. See what he's gonna do. Initiative of 4, and this red one is 5, is 9, is good. We want to go later because we have 6, so we want to go before everyone. So it's 9, and then the archer is going to be 5 and 3 is 8, which is great. So they're both going later. So it'd be our heroes first, followed by the enemies. So obviously the rogue goes first, is going to heal up, or not heal up, get rest. So it gets all the cards back, and now is no longer invisible, they're visible. Then we move on to the medic. Medic, of course, will do move 6, must end in space adjacent to an ally, which I believe we can do right now. 1, 2. Oh, noes. This is hindering terrain. It costs 2 to move. I didn't plan this out at all. Okay, we'll have to do something different. We'll have to do something different. We'll have to... I don't have my any of the heal cards in my hand. Oh no! This was a botched maneuver. That's what that was. I totally didn't think about that. Oh man, after all this playing. Okay, so I don't have the speed to end where I need to. So basically I have to play this one as movement, unfortunately. So 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then to move 6 will get me, because I must end next to an ally. So, yeah. Bummer. Bummer. This is bad. This is real bad. Totally botched that. Okay, it is what it is. The first one to go will be 9 for the sentry or 8 for the ranger. Ranger's gonna go first. Ranger has move 5. So they're gonna back up. So they could be range 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5 there. They're gonna gain resilient, which they already have, and then they're going to do is their dark blue triple shot. Attack -2, targeting 3. Oh, that's not a bad idea. You can convert one of them to attack instead to take out the anger on the archer. That's a better idea than running up here and kind of not doing anything. Yeah, let's do that. Let's convert this rush into an attack before we do the archer stuff, because it's not going to turn out well. Let's do that. Good idea. So just a basic attack. They are at full health. But they do take extra damage. -2. If I roll a 4 on the blue die, I'll take him out. It's kind of the same odds on the other one. Kind of the same odds. Well, not necessarily. If I get lucky and roll a crit. I'm not sure about that. Not sure about that. We'll just try for it. Okay, Hail Mary attack. I need a 4. Need a 4. Here we go. Oh, boom! Boom! God, I get so lucky. 4. Guard -2, which actually adds to the attack. So that's 6. Hit points is 6. They are gone. Oh, thank you so much, Phantom Epoch, for that suggestion. Stressing out over here. Stressing out. Oh, okay, so we are dropping down another one here. Medic is doing some work. Did I send you my special weighted dice by mistake? I think you did. I think you did. I don't know what's going on here. I'm legitimately rolling these dice. Okay. So we're skipping their turn. Nice. So we're just doing the sentry's turn. Who's blind and bleeding. Okay, we're good now. We're good now. Feeling a lot better. Cautious approach. Guard +1. Don't care. Oh, wait. Before they go. Bleeding takes 2 damage. They take 2 damage. They're down to 2 life. So I am watching Meet Me at the Table as well right now live, and they are saying they need your help in learning how to put the health up in the corner of the screen. Ah, I can talk to Baron. Thank you for letting me know, Board Game Officer. That's a little trickier to do, to be honest. That health in the top corner there is a custom program I wrote. But I help. It's Canje Studios, myself, and Meet Me at the Table. We all work together. We all share everything. So you might see some similarity between our streams because, hey, you have a good idea. How'd you do that? And we help each other out. So I'll try to hook them up with that. It's a little trickier, but I can help them up with that. So yeah, yes, for future. I can't do it right now. Definitely not now. So guard +1, move 3. So they're gonna move 3, 1, 2, 3 right here. Come to this target. Okay. And then yeah, the things behind the scenes, the things we do behind the scenes. There's always something. Always something that happens. They gain resilient and barrier, which is fine because next turn they go, they're just gonna die. Don't really care. I'm not even bothering with them. I'm just gonna run away. Okay. Cool. So now I need to get. So that's it. That is it. We're gonna move on to the next round. So now, after finally that crazy battle, we've done all we needed to do. And we're going to get into this door. We actually get through either door, but we'll go through this door because that's what we said earlier. Okay, next round. Oh, just die east and north. See what the event is. Event is too quiet. If no adversaries are present, which is not true, there's adversaries. We can ignore the rest of that. Good thing to draw those now. Okay, I want to rest with our medic. I need to get the seal cards back, for sure. So that's going to be their option. The rogue can do other stuff. Okay. We're going to just take it easy. Yeah. Okay, we're just going to play parkour for theirs. My goal is to get over here, have the medic run up their heal, and then we'll have the rogue enter in stealth mode. That's the plan. Okay. Cool. Then we have to do the turn order to see what the enemy's going to do. Enemy's going to do a 3 plus a 4, 7. It's slower than us. Doesn't really matter what they're going to do because they're going to die. So, medic heals or gets a card back. Rogue's going to go next. Leap 4. We're going to go leap here. And then the sentry's going to go. Bleeding takes effect, and they are dead. Okay, breather. Finally. Okay. I really like in this game how the conditions are very powerful and long-lasting. They seem like they greatly affect the games. The fact that like the enemies, they don't really get rid of their conditionals very much at all. So once you apply a condition to them, that's a pretty great thing. Okay. That is it for us. Yes, next round. Quick round. Something's happening. Mission event. What do we have for mission event? Take a quick peek up here. The doors are slammed, shut, and barred. Any open door is immediately closed, treated as destructible object that can't be leaped over, and line of sight can't be drawn through. Figures and Nova cells on the open doors are moved to an adjacent space. Use the decision die to determine which. Gotcha. So this is now closed. That is fine. Oh, this one here is closed. We just now have to break open the door, I believe. Well, it's not an open door. Yes, there's actually how I read it is the door cannot be opened until the sentry is defeated. So we actually haven't opened the door. So that basically does nothing, which is nice. Okay. Let's figure out what we want to do. I need the medic to heal. And I need to make sure they go first before our rogue does anything else. The rogue is going to die. So, yes, we're going to do these two. We're going to do what I tried to do earlier. Quick heal, and then we're going to... I'm going to assume there's bad stuff in there, so we're going to set this up. We're going to set up a sneak attack. That's what we're going to do. Okay. 5, 10. Yes. So 10 AP for our human. Okay. First thing we need to do is do our... There's no enemies to worry about here. Do our medic. Our medic is going to do 6. Move 6. Must end in a space adjacent to the ally. So can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like I planned it. Pick up those things as we run. Okay. Then we get to do heal 5. Woo woo! Yes. Feeling better. Gonna bring our guy up to 6. Okay, a little more breathing room there. And as a reminder on where we are on our stuff here, we have 2 bandages down here, only 1 up here. So we can heal our rogue another time yet. Okay, perfect. Now we have 10 action points for these cards. So the first thing I want to do is move to gain invisible. So our rogue is going to move into the door, because now it's open. And then we need to pause to see what happens. So, read column A after opening door D4. Read column B after opening V4. So we went to V4. We're reading this column over here. The door opens, and on the other side is an armory. On a pedestal is a package that appears to contain a recently arrived piece of equipment. Place a treasure chest on V2. Ooh. V2 is going to be... I will show you in a sec, guys, where that is. Extras 06. Place a human archer. There's no human archer because it's a 4-player. Yeah, so there's no archer in there. We just put treasure there. Okay. There is a reference to extras. I'm going to take a quick peek. I'm not going to say anything on this one. I just want to see if that matters for what we're going to do here in a second. Okay, so that is one to pick up the treasure. It just tells you what that means. Okay, so that was 1, 2. The other card I have, and we're invisible still. Here's my invisible token. Here we go. Let's invisibly move 4. So we're going to go 1. Let's get that. Oh, by the way, we have to stop reading until the main gates are opened. How do we open the main gates? Do we have to go through both of them to get to the main gates? Do we just have to do one? There's a switch someplace. So, yeah, there's a switch someplace. It's not here, obviously. So it must be over here. Okay. What was I? 1, 2, 3, 4. That was our sprint move. And then I have a sneak attack. Yeah, I think that you have to open both of them, but not sure. Yeah, I think we have to do as well. So this is an attack, which is really nice with sneak, but unfortunately I can't do it. I can use it for the 5 movement though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just running over to the other spot. Okay. That's it for us. Next round. Decision die. That is east and south. Followed by old wounds. Every character that is not already at maximum bandages rolls the blitz die. If a fumble is rolled, the character receives a bandage. At the end of the round, shuffle all drawn 6+ event cards back into the event deck. Okay, so we have to see if our human is going to take, our human rogue is going to take damage here. So roll the blitz die. We don't want a fumble. That is a fumble. So we are adding another bandage to our rogue. And then I have to take all those at the end of the round, shuffle these back in. Gotcha. Okay. Now there is a card in here, and we haven't seen it yet, that's going to trigger the end game. And it has to do with being full on bandages, and then you start taking damage. So, getting close, honestly. Okay, we're still in stealth mode, but at the end of the round, the stealth is going to go away. So the question is, what can we do with that knowledge? Can we get someplace useful? I think we just have to get as far as we can, honestly. So that's a 4 movement. 1, 2, 3. The other thing I haven't mentioned yet, a human has an innate ability. The ability is, when converting an action card to move, add +1 movement point. So the other ability is on our other character is guard +1 against range attack, which I might have forgotten. I apologize. I don't think it mattered yet, but I might have missed something. So that'll be 5 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get close, and then we can run in there. This will be 4 more movement. So that's 7. I can only play another 3 card. We'll do this. Okay, that will get me in there and maybe attack something. That's the goal. Meanwhile, the medic Yeah, let's try to set this up. Let's try to set this up. Oh, this guy is still stealth, so I can't affect them even with ally abilities. Wow. Wow. Okay. We're gonna we're gonna do a couple things here. Let's try to move our rogue a little bit closer and let's try to set up. Nope, can't move the rogue. I just said you can't do anything about that. Because they're invisible. So never mind. Okay, we're just gonna slowly move up there with our medic. Okay, so first things first, there's no enemies to deal with, so we're gonna do our medic first, who only has 8. We're gonna do preventive measures, which is an amazing card. They're gonna be resilient and barrier. So that means ignore the next negative effect and the next attack. And then we'll just use the soothing bomb to move 3. So 1, 2, 3. Pretty straightforward. Okay, here's the interesting one. A rogue. A rogue is going to use backstab as movement. So it'll be 5 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then let's go ahead and get the throwing knife as another 4 movement. So 1. And we have 3 more movement. So let's pause and we go look at the book real quick. Book says here, the door opens and on the other side is an orb. This one seems to be modified from the others you've seen. It's much more primitive. With a lever on one side of it. Aha! This must operate the main gates. So place an orb on D2, which is on the actual pedestal itself. The orb can be activated by ending a turn next to it, resulting in the main gates opening. Place the human sentries and the human archers as follows. So we need to put a sentry at E3. Yeah, sentry at E3. So put this guy at 10 health. And he's going to be at E3. And the orb's there. So we need to end next to that orb to open the gates, which is kind of convenient because the gates are right here. Okay. We still have our movement. We still have 3 movements. So I can go here. And I have to end my turn or end my movement. Ending a turn. So I have to end my turn next to it. Move here. And then we are going to play our last card, which is Fight Dirty. Attack -1, inflict blinding. That's right. So here we go. I don't want to risk losing that condition, so I'm going to roll the blue die. No, yeah, I don't risk it. Roll the blue die. Here we go. 2 minus 1 is only 1 damage. Guard prevents all of it, but they are blind. So I am okay with that. So put this marker on them for blind. Okay, that is it for our turns. We go on to Monk Invisible. The next round. Oh, I have to shuffle all these cards back in real quick. Oh, and at the end of the turn, we do activate that, so now the doors are open. Oh, actually, before we continue on, we do have to stop. The main gates slowly grind open to give you an escape route. When any character ends their turn on K9, M9, or O9, so K9, M9, or O9. So it's these 3 spots right down here. These 3 spots. That character has successfully escaped and is removed from the map. At least 1 character must escape to complete the mission. If all characters are defeated, the mission fails. Okay, so now we just have to get out of here. Get to the chopper! And luckily our medic is right there, so our medic can easily get out. Our rogue, maybe not so much. We'll see. I have faith in you. Thank you, Mike. Gotta win for your birthday. Old wounds. Gosh darn it. Every character is not already a maximum. Oh, okay. I think that's it. And I guess I shuffled back in. So nothing happens there. If I don't draw the card that shows you the end, how the end game happens, I will I will go through the deck specifically show it to you at the end. Okay. Now I have to choose what we're doing here. I don't really care if he's blind. I just want to get out of here as fast as possible. And I can move really fast, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 to get out. Yes. We'll play these 2 cards for 5, and these will be +1 each. So that'll be the 7 I need to get out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So hopefully I'm gonna just run as fast as I can. Oh, you know what? We forgot to do the treasure. I got the treasure. I forgot to mention that. I'm not gonna show you what it does to keep it spoiler free. So for the rest of this, I had one little spoiler there. Okay, so that's that. We have to see what he's gonna do. I think we're just gonna get out. I don't think we need to worry about anything else, honestly. Yeah. We'll play this one. Okay. We're just gonna try to get out. So Human Sentry. We played our cards. Human Sentry is gonna go. They are light blue, so it's 3 plus the 5, so they have 8. 8 is less than both our cards, so the nice thing is we're gonna go first. So first things first is gonna be this card, Drag to Safety, because it's only 3 for our medic. I'm gonna just use that for movement. 1, 2, and my turn, they are out. Okay. Our rogue. It is the old wounds one. I was thinking with the old wounds one. If all characters are at max bandages, you no longer reshuffle the events, and when you run out of events, the game over. Thank you, Phantom. I thought there was something weird about that. Because I remember playing on the TTS mod, Old Wounds was like a really bad card. But here, I guess this is an older printing. So that is what triggers the end game. That's what it is. So, I think we still would be okay in this game. I don't think we would have hit the actual end game for this playthrough. Alright, so then I'm going to do end vulnerability. So this is 2 plus 1, because it's a human, so I can add +1 to that, so it's 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then this is 3 plus 1 for movement. Don't care about the rest of it. It's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And my turn there. Oh! The guy's blinded. Flip the switch, and we got out. Okay. You make it out of the castle courtyard and are teleported back onto the Phantom Epoch. Clearly, meeting with the Divine Emperor isn't going to happen. We have to find another source of information. So we complete the mission. Any characters who fail to escape or instead defeated will start the next mission with 3 damage. So luckily we all escaped. And then we get some rewards. We're getting 1 skill point per character. And if mission is completed, we unlock a new... Oh, we don't have the one complete. Never mind. So depending on how you approach this, we might unlock new missions. Okay. Woo! We did it! We got out! We got out! So that is going to conclude this playthrough. I will mention a few other things real quick. Before... I'm not going to show it to you. But between this gameplay here, you go back to the ship, and the ship has things you can unlock. That's going to allow you to go shopping. You can buy more gear. You can go to a lab, for example, and improve the ship to unlock new abilities. Very cool stuff. But this has already been a long video, so I might show that next week, honestly. But I wanted to at least get this going, show you how this game plays for now. Uh, yeah, I like this one. I really like the card play in this one. I think the card play is really engaging. I apologize if it was a little bit slower because there's a lot of cards to go through and very easy to make mistakes. But you can see here that we were bandage full here, couldn't really heal, and our health is already low. Probably would have been one or two attacks left on those guys before they got eliminated. So it was a really tight escape, very tight escape. But yes, if you want to see more of this playthrough, more of this game, we'll be here next week to do a co-op play with Kim. And be on the lookout for the Kickstarter. I do have a link in the description below, so click on that and click to remind you. I recommend doing that if you're interested in this one. And if you have any questions on this game, Phantom Epoch has been awesome. He's in our chat right now, very responsive. I believe they have a Discord. You can go there to check out. If you're on a one-stop Discord, of course, leave me any message there or in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. But yeah, that's going to conclude tonight's playthrough. The next thing on this channel will be Marvel United. We're going to play that on Wednesday, going against Apocalypse. We do have Marvel Champions on Friday, and then we have a co-op chat Saturday. So that's what we have planned for this week. Hey, Board Game Officer, woo woo! You should try the Ranger at some point. It's so much fun. I have not played the Ranger. We've been playing the Rogue and Medic because that's what we had. Derek and I played with Canje Studios. But with Kim joining, I might suggest you build a Ranger. We'll do that next time. So you got loot, but we didn't get to see it. Oh, fine, Mike. It's your birthday. We will do loot. Talk me into it. I can't say no to birthday boy here. Okay. We'll do loot. So, how this works. Because I always feel bad making really long videos. I'll be honest. Depending on what level adversaries we faced. So we were facing, I didn't point this out, but we were facing 1-star adversaries. You see up here. There's potential you could do against 2-star adversaries. Harder missions. Depending on what you do, you're going to draw from a 2 or a 1 level deck. And these are your attachments. I actually had 2 attachments in the game. I didn't wind up using them. But I had adhesive grip and hidden bar. Adhesive grip was my attachment. And we had a sharpened blade, sharpened edge down here for our medic. But basically how it works is we're going to be drawing 4 cards from those decks. But because we only did a level 1 mission this time, it's only going to be from the level 1 deck. So we draw 4 of them. If we did a level 2, we would draw 4 from the level 1 and 4 from level 2. And then how it works is each character would pick 1 thing to get. So here's the things we could pick from. Now, how this works is they have a Nova cell charge. So what that means is these Nova cells have been picking it up. You can actually put them on there, and this is the cost to activate the ability. It's 1. And so I can then store these up here, and I can use this like maybe 4 times, for example. And when you use it, this character performs a heal action. One target of the heal also removes all detrimental conditions. That is pretty nice. Now, the only character that can use it is this class, which you might not be surprised to know is down here on this board here at the very bottom, right down here. Actually, let me do this to help out a little bit. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? There it is. Roop, right down here. You can see that's the same symbol as on that card there. So that means this can be used by the medic. And honestly, I think it will take that. That is a pretty nice ability. I have a sharpened edge, which match too, but this is better for them, in my opinion. Okay. The other options here are all for the ranger stuff. For example, here, this is ranger stuff, which the rogue does not have. So you can't take any of these other abilities. I believe you can break them down for... I have to check. You might be able to break them down to get a Nova Cell out of them. So that's the default loot you get in this one. Now, we did get loot from the treasure as well. And I will show you what the loot is, but I won't reveal the loot to keep keep it more spoiler less for you guys. Where is the loot stuff? I had it pulled out. Ah, here it is. Here it is. Okay. So, this game, you have to keep track of your political alignment to... I don't see the sheet I'm looking for. Political alignment to... Is this it? That's not it. To these planets. So I'm going to show you in the rulebook real quick what I mean by that. There is a campaign sheet, which looks someplace. Basically, you can fill in these circles every time you complete a mission on that planet, and that's going to mark your fame for that planet. Ah, here it is. This is what I want to show you. So, here's the example. Ooh, it looks kind of messy. Well, anyway, you can see here there is the planets going around it. We just finished Oros, so we'll mark one fame up here. And then, depending on how much fame you have, that is going to determine what you can get from that planet when you shop. Because each planet has its own market deck. What that means is because we're less than 5 fame, we can only pick the tier 1. This is actually a green 1. Or green screen goes through from Oros deck. If we had more fame from them, then we can shop from the tier 2 for Oros. But right now, we can only look at these cards, and we can potentially buy them. I'm going to show you a pretty basic one just to... I said I was going to show most of them, but I'll show you one basic one. Here. Leather cap. So this one costs 2 Nova gems to buy. And this one requires Nova gems to power it as well. So this one, a critical strike is rolled during an attack action against this character. The attack does not ignore the character's guard value, and the critical ability is not activated. So this will protect against criticals against you. So this is also a head item, which you can see here. There's head items, body items, and legs or foot items. So you can actually build out equipment in addition to your items here, your weapons and attachments here. So you have a whole character you can build out as you play this game. As you can see, we're pretty early in this. We don't really have any equipment yet. There's a lot you can do for this. But that's basically what goes on in that one. There's a lot in this game, to be honest. A lot going on in this game. Woo! But that, I think, is going to end it for me. So it's already very late night. I have a big event tomorrow I have to prep for. Life stuff, unfortunately. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. But I love having you guys here. And Mike, happy birthday again. Hope you have a great birthday. And honestly, thanks everyone for watching. We will see everyone at the next stop. Bye-bye.